Okay, everybody, happy whatever day of the week it is that you are doing this. It has been very highly requested that I record a yoga for beginners, but also chair yoga. And I say yoga for beginners. Chair yoga is not for just beginners, it's for anyone. And I think there's this misconception that if you're doing chair yoga that you're old. I do chair yoga. We all sit at a desk throughout the majority of our day, and while it's not always feasible to go to a yoga class at the end of the day or even do one of my workouts or any yoga class at the end of the day, it is very practical sometimes to take the chair, whether it be at home or whether it be at your actual office, move it to the center of the room and find a little bit of subtle twists, some cat-cows, a little bit of side bending, just whatever form of movement, and connecting back to the breath is really, really powerful, and it can easily be done in a chair. Yoga doesn't have to be this super intense, kick-ass Pilates flow. It can be with the dogs, it can be with the kids, it can be Chewy's chasing his tail. It can be 3 deep breaths. It really is much more simple than we think that it is. And so I am trying my best also not to edit any of this because I want to show you the real. I want to show you the parts of my apartment that are kind of messy and the crazy dogs, because this is real life. And so I'm really excited to do this chair yoga sequence with you, and I hope that you can incorporate it whether you're in the office or whether you're at home or just whenever you need it. You don't need that long at all, and you just need a chair. You can use an office chair. You don't have to have arm rails, rests or anything, but it is important that your feet are able to touch the floor. You don't need any equipment at all. You just need your mind, your brain, and a smile on your face and a positive attitude and a willingness to feel open in your body. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm just going to use a regular chair. You can make sure that your feet are going to be flat on the ground. I'm gonna move this just a little. So like I said, you don't have to have any fancy chair at all. This is just a side accent chair that I have here in this living room, but you can use whatever chair. Just make sure that your feet are planted on the ground. The palms are going to be on the knees facing down. And we're gonna start with a nice tall spine, pulling the shoulder blades back. We're going to start closing the eyes first thing. Chest is pulled forward. Belly button is drawn in slightly, and all 10 toes, or however many toes you have, are grounded into the ground. You're pressing them down. Maybe you feel carpet, maybe you have shoes on, and that's okay. But we just want to practice sitting up tall in a chair and connecting to our breath. No matter where you are, no matter what the day has looked like for you, just start to center in. We have a line of energy from the very base of our spine moving all the way up to the crown of the head. So we want to make that nice and long here in this chair. Start to deepen the breath a little bit more and feel the texture of your knees and your clothes underneath your hands. Feel the temperature in the room. And to pause here at the beginning of this practice, just notice anywhere in your body that you're holding any tension. And on your next breath out, soften a little bit in that area. Take a big breath in with me. Chest pulls forward, crown of the head lifts up. Belly draws in slightly, and then open the mouth slightly and take a big exhale. We're going to slowly open the eyes. I have a dog here on my chair. Take the knees out just a little bit wider, palms are facing down. Draw the elbows in and let the chest be pulled forward, head drops back. So breathe in. And then as you exhale, we're gonna round in the back, elbows come out. Chin goes into the chest. So some cat-cows here. Breathe in. Chest is pulled forward. We're arching in that back. Head drops back, and then exhale. Elbows come out, chin to chest. 3 more. Inhale. Stay grounded through your feet, and then exhale, round in the back. Go ahead and close your eyes and just start to bring some forward and backward movements into your spine here. We get the same effect even in our tabletop position. So just start to move the energy up and down the spine. 1 more, round in the back. And then do 3 more here on your own. Squeeze the shoulders as the chest is pulled forward, and then round in the back. The more we do this, each time we get a little bit deeper into our cat-cows here in the seated position. And just take 1 more with me here. And then slowly come back up to a straight spine. We're gonna take the feet slightly together, scoot back in your chair, grab onto the side of the chair. If you have a little armrest, with the right hand, reach the left arm up and overhead. Draw the belly in and just side bend. So we're gonna bend at the right elbow. Maybe you take the elbow onto the armrest and stretch through that left side. Gaze is going to go up towards that left hand and just reach over as far as you can to the right. And just take 3 deep breaths. If you can drop your right hand down onto the ground and really find a nice deep stretch. Stay grounded through your feet. Try to stay grounded through your hips here as well, as in the left hip and the left bum isn't coming up off of the ground. And then come back up to center, reach up with both arms, and then drop that left elbow down and reach that right hand over. Chin goes up towards the ceiling. Fingertips are spread wide, and just find space through the right side of the body. Take some deep breaths. Again, option to scoot over and drop that left hand down. You kind of are at the limits of what your chair can do, but really we want to make sure that you feel a nice stretch in your body. So breathe as you reach that right hand over a little bit more. 1 more breath here. And then slowly come up. Start to roll the shoulders back and down. Still through the feet, still tall in the spine. Left hand is going to stay down. Right hand is going to go over to the left ear, and we're just going to side bend that head over to the right. Again, we're keeping the belly drawn in towards the spine, right ear to shoulder. You can bring your chin down towards your armpit, and you'll feel more of a stretch through the back of the neck. You can drop the head back, and you'll feel more of a stretch through the front part of the throat. Some people hold tension in the front of their neck, side, back. See where you feel it, and then just stay there. And take 1 more breath with me here. Nice and gentle. 3 more breaths on your own. Each inhale and exhale you take promoting a little bit of relaxation and calm in your chest and your upper body. And then draw the chin in towards the chest. Take the hands behind the head. Sorry if this is really loud on my mic. Draw the elbows in and pull the chin towards the chest. We want to keep the chest up high. It's just the neck that's being stretched here. So you'll feel a stretch through the back of the neck. Take 3 breaths in and out. Close the eyes and connect back to your body. If your mind has wandered off, breathe in. Let it go. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly move your head over to the left. Left ear goes to the left shoulder. Apply some overpressure if that feels good, and you can just rest your right arm down, or you can reach it down towards the ground. You can grab onto the side of the chair to add a little bit of resistance, but just open up through the right side of the neck. Again, an option to take the chin down towards the armpit or drop the head back. Feel where you feel it in your body. Feel the stretch in your neck. Stay where you feel resistance and close the eyes and breathe. The chest is rising on the inhale and collapsing down on the exhales. And take one more slow breath with me here. Breathe in. And exhale, release. We're gonna drop the head back. I'm gonna turn just so you can see, but we're gonna clasp the hands. If you need to turn as well, we want the arms to be extended. We're gonna drop the head back and open up through the chest. Feel free to rock the arms side to side here. Feet stay grounded. Another option is to set the hands onto the back of the chair. So that way you have a little bit of support, and it might be intense here. And if this is too much, just take your hands behind you, pull the elbows towards one another, and continue to drop that head back. So those fingertips are interlaced if you can, elbows are extended. We want to open up through the chest in the opposite position that we are typically in. Take 3 more breaths here. We really want to take time to open up through the chest, to breathe a little bit deeper. Just lets us stand up a little bit taller too and be more confident in ourselves. Last exhale here in this position. Slowly take the hands down. We're gonna take the left hand over to the right armrest or just down onto the side of the chair. Right hand goes to the back of the chair. Feet stay grounded, and we're gonna turn and twist to the back of the chair. We want to draw the belly in and feel a nice twist from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. So make sure that your head is turned back. We don't want to force ourselves into a twist ever. We want to be gentle with our twists to protect our spine. We want to engage the core just slightly. Take one more breath in this right-sided twist, and maybe even bring a smile to your face because it feels so good to move your body. Take a big breath in and come to center, reach the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, we're gonna twist to the other side. So right hand goes to the left armrest, left hand goes to the back of the chair, feet stay grounded, draw the belly in and turn to the back. And you may feel that you have a deeper twist one direction than the other, and that's okay. Most importantly, if you do want to deepen the twist, try to twist a little bit more on the exhales. As we soften our muscles a little bit more on our exhales. Take one more breath with me here. And then slowly come back to center. Take your hands to your knees and just roll the shoulders back and down a few times. Already feeling different in our spine, in our posture. We want to ground down through the hands, ground down through the feet, and draw the belly in. So we want to act like we're almost in a plank position here. You can take your hand to your belly to kind of feel that core contraction. We also want to engage the pelvic floor, so draw that pelvic floor up and in. It's almost like you're holding in, going to the bathroom. I hate to say that, but that's the only other way that I can describe it. But you're holding that, core is engaged. Try to keep this nice, strong base. Keep the chin tucked in just slightly, and then just reach the arms overhead. We're gonna take 3 deep breaths here. Reach up as high as you can, maybe even drop the head back slightly. Core is engaged, it's like you're in a plank position. Breathe in and out. In and out. Core is still drawing in. Breathe in and out. And then connect your fingertips together and let them come forward. We're gonna open and close with the breath. So breathe in, arms are going to come out, squeeze the shoulders, drop the head back, and then exhale, round in the back just slightly, round in the shoulder blades, and touch those fingertips together. Chin comes down just slightly. Breathe in, open up, and then exhale. Inhale, open for 3, 2. Really connect with the breath, deep breaths here. 1, inhale, and then exhale. And then slowly bring the head back up to center, rolling those shoulders back and down. Circle out your ankles if you need to. Maybe you come up onto the balls of the feet and back down a few times. And from here, we're gonna cross our left ankle over our right knee. Left ankle stays flexed. We're gonna continue to sit up nice and tall. Right hand goes on the foot, left hand goes on the knee, squeeze the shoulders back, and you might feel a stretch right here. I already start to feel it in the back of my left hip, but if you would like to go deeper into the pose, you can start to draw the chest down towards the inner shin here, and try not to just tuck the chin in towards the chest, but it's just the chest being pulled forward, head stays up. If you want to go deeper, you can reach those hands down for the ground. Whatever variation you are in, you can also, if you want to intensify this more, you can take a block and place it underneath your right foot. But wherever you are, take a couple of deep breaths and try to connect to your body. Again, left ankle stays flexed, breathe deeply. And see if you can sink a little bit deeper into the seated pigeon pose. Don't hold the breath. See if you can pull those shoulder blades back and take one more big breath with me here. Inhale. And let it all go. Exhale. Slowly rise up. We're going to switch. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Sit up nice and tall. Right ankle stays flexed. Roll the shoulders back and down a few times. And again, you might feel it right here. You might be like, oh my gosh, my right hip is tighter than my left. Or maybe it's about the same. If you would like to intensify the pose, you can draw the chest towards that inner shin. Gaze down at your left foot or at the ground. Try not to bow that head, but we want to keep the spine nice and long, just stretching through the outside of the right hip. And see if your mind starts to wander off whenever you become still. If you can bring your awareness back to your body, back to this gift that you're giving yourself, because it really is a gift. To stretch and to move and release tension in our bodies. I was just telling a patient this morning how we store energy in the body. And one of the main ways that we get that out is through movement or through emotions. And that we need to release it. And sometimes that means being a little bit uncomfortable, and that's okay. We just breathe through it. Take one more breath with me here. See if you can pull that chest a little bit further. Maybe you reach down towards the ground and then slowly come all the way up. Coming back to center, we're gonna take the feet out nice and wide. So we want to keep the hips really on the chair, so we don't wanna go forward because we are gonna be moving forward here. So make sure you're nice and grounded through your bottom. But scooting forward as much as you can to where you still feel stable. Take your hands on the inside of your knees, and we're gonna drop the left shoulder down. So we're just pressing the knees out as far as we can. If you need to scoot the hips forward, you can. Extend through the elbows and just drop that left shoulder down. So you should feel a stretch through the left inner thigh and a little bit on the inner right thigh as well. And then switch, drop the right shoulder down, extend through that right elbow, and just bend at the left elbow just a little. One more time. Straighten out through the left elbow, pull that left shoulder down, bend at the right elbow. So we're just moving and stretching through the inner thighs. And then switch. Right shoulder comes down, right elbow straightens out, left elbow bends. And then slowly come back up to center, scoot the hips back. If they were pretty far forward, breathe in and sweep the arms overhead. And then exhale, fold and reach down for the ground. So we want to be able to plant the hands down, Feet stay grounded, hips stay grounded onto the chair, and we're just gonna fold forward, drop the crown of the head down, and just feel a stretch through the low back. Essentially, this is happy baby, but in a chair. So we want to drop the head down. You can bring your hands out towards your feet. You can grab onto the backs of the thighs. You can wrap your arms, you can see it. You can wrap your arms around and pull the crown of the head down. And just take one more breath with me here. And then another. Planting the hands down. Find a flat back. Start to wiggle your feet together. And then straighten them out as much as you can. Try to keep the hands planted onto the ground. So I don't know if you can see. So essentially my legs are out straight, and then reach the arms up. Try to keep the booty planted on the ground, and we're gonna fold forward. Hi, Chewy. Fingertips come down, head drops down, and try to point the toes up towards your forehead. So we wanna feel a stretch through the back of the calves here as well. You can always just keep your hands onto the chair. Again, this is so variable depending on the chair that you have, but we just use what we can. And sometimes our dogs fit into our chair as well. And try to point the toes up towards your face. Take 3 more breaths with me here. 1 more. Together. And then 1 more on your own. And plant the feet back down onto the ground. Start to roll up nice and slow. Pull those shoulder blades back. And then bring your body back to center in the chair. We're gonna do 1 standing exercise with the chair. So we're gonna come up, Chewy, off. I'm gonna turn the chair. So coming behind the chair, plant your hands onto the chair, scoot your feet back. Feet are hip width distance apart, and we're making an L shape with our body. We're pressing the chest down towards the ground, straightening out the legs and the elbows as much as we can. And you'll feel a nice opening through the backs of the legs, but also the shoulders. So gaze is down at the ground. I like to move my hips a little bit to the left, to the right, and you'll feel this all through your shoulders. You can let your head hang heavy and just take a few breaths here. And you can draw the belly up towards the spine. Maybe come up onto the balls of the feet. Just move. Basically, this is a downward facing dog. And take 1 more big breath here. See if you can press the chest further down to the ground. And then 1 more breath on your own. Let it all go on the exhale. And slowly start to round all the way up to a straight spine. Plant the feet down. Draw the belly in. Come up to a straight spine. Breathe in, reach up. Lean back. Stretch through the hips. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're coming back to a seat. We're going to end with just a seated meditation. Feet spread wide. Palms are back down onto the knees. Shoulders are pulled back. Just want you to take a few deep breaths with your eyes closed here. Moving through the rest of your day, know that you moved energy up and down your spine. You moved fluid. You moved your digestive system. You took some deep breaths to reset your nervous system, no matter what the day has looked like for you. Feel the earth underneath your feet. Feeling the chair underneath you, feeling tall and supported in your spine. Know that no matter what comes your way, no matter what stressors are in your environment, that you are here in your body. Nobody else can tell you how to feel. Nobody else can dictate your energy. It's something that only you are in charge of. So always remember that. You just start where you are, you breathe, you connect back to yourself, and you love yourself in the process. Take one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And before going out into the rest of your day, just take 3 deep breaths. Connecting back to your heart center, connecting back to your intuition, which is in your belly. Let everything else go. And take one more cleansing, recharging, centered breath. Inhale. Hold it at the top. Suck in a little bit more air. Sit up nice and tall and let it all go. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Take your hands to your heart. From my heart to yours, it was such an honor to teach you. I hope that you can come back to this one over and over, as it's super easy to incorporate, super easy to do at the beginning of your day, the end of your day, whenever you need it. Namaste.